The East is deeper than it has ever been, and the Raptors are a big reason why. The standard was set the day Ujiri was hired to take over basketball operations in 2013. He took the franchise to new heights, leading the organization's most successful run and risking it all with the Kawhi Leonard trade to win the 2019 NBA championship, a risk worth the reward. Now, as the season comes to a close, the Raptors have become serious contenders to win the championship. Today's video will be about the Toronto Raptors' chances to reach the NBA Finals this year. It's amazing how Toronto has watched names like DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry grow into the big-timers they are now. The city should find more pride in adding VanVleet, Siakam, Anunoby, and Scottie Barnes to that list. Ultimately, it's the shift in accountability that's the biggest difference in Toronto's quest for a second championship. You have that experience, you know what it takes to get there, and it's at that exact moment you become a proven commodity in the NBA. It's a curse because winning that early, especially with an everlasting win-now mindset, sets a high bar and raises expectations. But before we continue, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do you think the Raptors can win the NBA championship? I would love to hear from you, so please hit the comment section and let me know. Let's keep rolling. VanVleet is the unquestioned, no-nonsense alpha. Siakam is imperative to what the Raptors do on both ends of the floor. Although not having played a second of that championship run, Anunoby has become one of the league's premier two-way wing players. Trent Jr. has been a tremendous player scoring at will, while also defending at a high rate, third in the NBA at 1.8 steals per game. Scotty Barnes has been under the spotlight all season as the number 4 pick in the draft, and the 20-year-old may well be the fulcrum on which the future of the Toronto Raptors balances. Toronto's record improved to 45-33 as they pulled into a tie for the 6th seed with the Chicago Bulls. With Barnes and the Raptors, the future is looking bright. So in that theme and with the sun still shining, it's as good a time as any to check in on the Raptors rookie, whose game is growing right along with his ambitions. Barnes said the following: "Hopefully, one day I'll be in the Hall of Fame, be an all-star, be on an all-defensive team, and of course, this year, try to win Rookie of the Year. Just trying to be recognized as one of the best players in the league. You gotta love a man with big goals, especially since he doesn't turn 21 until August." That's been one of the most exciting developments of Barnes' post-All-Star surge. He and Siakam have found ways to complement each other's games, rather than crowd each other. They are taking turns reading matchups and attacking the more favorable one. Not too many teams have two defenders that can handle big wings that can play point and attack in the post equally as well. Thaddeus Young, who is the oldest player on the Raptors, has been working with Barnes since the veteran joined the team from San Antonio via trade in mid-February. In 21 games with the Raptors, Young has averaged 17.5 minutes, 6.0 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.1 steals. Though his time with the team has been short, it's the knowledge he brings from his 15 years in the league that has had a significant impact. For almost 2 months now, Young has been spending time with both Barnes and Precious Achiuwa to help their game evolve, and Raptors head coach Nick Nurse has noticed the influence the veteran forward is having on the younger players. During the stretch in which Thaddeus Young has been a part of the team, Barnes is averaging 16.8 points, 7.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.4 steals. Barely a week into Young's time with the Raptors, Achiuwa could immediately feel the impact the veteran was having on his own physical and mental game. Since Young's trade, Achiuwa is averaging 12.6 points, 6.1 rebounds while shooting 39.5% from deep. Young knows that having the young players work on the mental part of the game is just as important to their development. "I'm just helping these guys think the game as opposed to just playing the game because those are two different things. And they've been doing really well. Since I've gotten here, Precious's game is on another level, and so is Scotty's." Scotty Barnes has quickly become a favorite due to his skill and quick development. When head coach Nick Nurse mentioned Barnes would have a huge role, most didn't expect the rookie to be thrust into the starting lineup, playing 30-plus minutes a night with a presence in late-game situations. It's uncommon for a young player to be in those situations, but the front office and coaching staff knew what Barnes brought to the table well before anyone else did. Even before the year began, most of us had a good idea about what it would take for a mostly young team to be successful. Head coach Nick Nurse would need the buy-in, of course, from his roster, while Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam would provide the leadership from the players' end. Then they would need steady improvement from all concerned, from rookie Scottie Barnes right up to Khem Birch, who was the oldest guy on the team until Thad Young arrived. And, last but not least, a modicum of health to keep the wheels turning. The central element, though, to all their success has been the ability to just roll with whatever has been thrown at them, and that includes an injury bug that has cost them 166 man games and 23 different starting lineups. When individual issues crop up, like a player missing an assignment or is slow getting back on defense, they normally hear about it first from VanVleet. And to hear VanVleet tell it, he doesn't pull punches when he's pointing these things out. Siakam appreciates VanVleet's directness because, as the other big voice on the team, he knows he's not always prepared to be so blunt. He has that character. I think that's what kind of makes us work. There are certain things I feel I just keep to myself sometimes, but he'll say those things, and I think that dynamic works, and we can't have too many people doing that. So we have that one person that we know is going to call you out, and then it's going to be me that's going to be out there, and I'm going to give you my input, but also just keep you up, Siakam commented on VanVleet's leadership. It is that combination of leadership from the coaching staff and down to VanVleet and Siakam that has seen this club be able to handle losing streaks or even bad calls in a game and still keep their wits about them and come back the next day with the fight required to start a winning streak. It's why they enter the final 4 games of this season tied for 5th in the conference and just 5.5 games back from the number 1 seed. Toronto currently shares the spot with the Chicago Bulls. The very idea of the Raptors reaching 4th seemed insane a couple of months ago. But with the Bulls looking shaky, the Raptors, who are finally healthy and developing some real chemistry, are rolling, now winners of 11 of their last 13. There certainly isn't a better time for a playoff-bound team to gel than the final days of the season. One thing that's clear is the poise this Raptors squad has shown. They simply won't lie down and take a beating just because experts predict it. Come playoff time, the Raptors will be the most annoying team, and it's absolutely by virtue of their persistence and resistance to simply not go away. Slowly but surely, the full picture of what puts this Raptors team in the best position to be successful emerged. The Raptors can absolutely go deep in the postseason with how they're playing lately. They are a playoff-proven team that still has players from their last championship run in 2019. And what do you guys think? Can the Toronto Raptors make the NBA Finals this year? What makes them better than other teams, and what can they do to improve even more? I would love to hear back from you, so please, don't be shy and let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more NBA stories from around the league.